ask Mr. Bill Mazzini to do the invocation, and I'll do the pledge. Would you please stand?
Thank you for this privilege. Serve you, dear Heavenly Father. We pray now on behalf of those that are sick. Touch your bodies and heal them.
Okay. Ms. Flatt, would you do the roll call, please?
Honorable Mayor Fowler, Honorable Vice Mayor Bilbrey,
Present.
Honorable Councilman Graves,
Present.
Honorable Councilwoman Hawkins,
Present.
Honorable Councilman Hill.
Present.
Okay. Consider the agenda and the minutes. Consider approval for the agenda as presented. You all should have it in your packet. Got any issues with it? We need to do it now. If not, I'd entertain a motion to,
Motion to approve both the agenda and minutes. Let's do them both at once.
okay, do I have a second?
Second.
Motion by Mr. Hill. Ms. Hawkins, second. Ms. Flatt, would you call the roll?
Vice Mayor Bilbrey,
Yes.
Honorable Graves,
Yes.
Honorable Hawkins,
Yes.
Honorable Hill.
Yes.
That's the old business. Under the new business, consider approval to suspend the reading of ordinance 678-22, 22 and 342-22. Mr. Morrison, would you like to elaborate on that?
We'll go over each of these. This just suspends it so we don't have to go over it in detail to make sure we don't miss every single word. So we will give a brief summary of each of these when we get to them.
Do I have the motion?
So moved.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Ms. Flatt, would you please call the roll?
Vice Mayor Bilbrey,
Yes.
Honorable Graves,
Yes.
Honorable Hawkins,
Yes.
Honorable Hill.
Yes.
Okay, the floor will now be open for second and final reading on ordinance 678-22 to consider approval on second and final readings for amending the financial year 22 budget passed with ordinance 663-21. Would you like to speak to that, Mr. Morrison?
This is an amendment increasing our administration expenses, general fund ARP expenditures by $36,965, and then moving revenue to that line $36,965 for ARP expenses for premium pay, and it'll move into the water sewer fund ARP expenditure $6,550 and move into the revenue line $6,550. This is premium pay for full-time employees to receive $125 per month of employment. Must be a current full-time employee. Eligible time employees from January 1st through December 31st must have worked 80% of their time employed per month, not on leave without pay. Could not have worked from home, and the maximum allowed amount is $1,500. Part-time employees are to receive $75 per month. Must be a current part-time employee. Must have worked a minimum 25 hours per pay period. Eligible time employed is from January 1st through December 31st, 2021. could not have worked from home. Maximum allowed amount is $900. Volunteer fire department must be a current volunteer firefighter, cannot be a regular service employee of the city of Allgood, must have answered a minimum of 5 calls per quarter. Eligible period is from January 1st through December the 31st, and it's $10 per call with a maximum of $750. Again, this is all American Rescue Plan funds, so this is not coming out of city funding. This is money from the federal government to cover COVID-related items, premium pay, and things of that nature.
Is there anybody in the public that would like to comment to this?
Name's Tony Hogan, city worker, been here for almost 30 years. I think Victor's been here, 42? And I've been hearing the public talk about they don't believe we should get this money. Now, I don't know about y'all, but we've been through a lot here, and I've seen a lot of stuff go on here. This is home to us. We live here. We spend more time together than we do with our families. But what makes me mad is when I hear people say, we can find other places to put this money because these city workers don't deserve it. Makes me mad. 30 years that I put here. Could have went other places. But it seems to me like y'all don't care about us. That's the way I feel. I feel like it means nothing to anybody here what we do. Everybody sees us when we take a break at the store, but they don't see us when we're out here on Christmas holidays while everybody's at home eating their supper, and we're out here in the water or in the sewer. I got a family here, and I'm trying to support my family. And these people want to argue over $1.50 raise. Well, I tell you, you can have mine. Because if it means more to the city than it does to anybody else, I'll be the first to give my $1.50 to these new guys. Because they're the ones that's coming up now. They're the ones that's got to come up here. We've done been here. Now, y'all might say I'm a dummy, and that's fine. But I got a heart. And I put my heart here in this town. I put my heart right here in this town. But I'm tired of people downing us. I'm tired of it. I'm tired of people talking about us. 10 guys. 10 guys here. We help run this town. 10 guys here. We keep the sewer going. We keep the water going. Victor has to get out there too. He gets out there with us. Keith, you tell him. When the COVID was going on, I had to go over to the rest home. Unit over there was putting those contaminated bags in my dumpster. And they didn't want to let me dump my garbage down at the transfer station. But I took a chance on coming in and doing that. And I got a family at home. I got a wife. She's got 1 kidney. And I took a chance, though, for this city So I'm gonna tell you today, you might fire me tomorrow, and that's fine. But you just think about these guys that you're walking on.
I'd like to say something, y'all, when concerning the pay scale. We have a hard enough time keeping the people that we have, and these younger generation coming on, it's hard to find somebody that is willing to work and get out there and work with us. And with our pay scale right now, we appreciate the benefits you all give us. Y'all great hand. They are good, really good. But the young people coming in don't understand the value of the benefit. And without some better attractive pay, we don't have opportunity to get good help that will help us, because they look at what we pay starting out, and well, I can go to McDonald's and make $15 an hour starting out flipping burgers and don't have to get in the dirty. So, that's what I've got to say. If we want to keep our city moving, we've got to make it attractive to where people want to come and work and help us. They don't want to help us the way it is right now. And anybody that is working people right now and having to pay people know how hard it is to find people that are willing to work. Thank you.
Anyone else need to comment? I'd like to thank these two boys for their comments, and I can assure you, tonight is about the premium pay, but we are going to be looking at the raises also. Is there any more comments? If not, we'll close the floor. I have a motion.
Make a motion.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Ms. Flatt, would you call a roll, please?
Vice Mayor Bilbrey,
Yes.
Honorable Graves,
Yes.
Honorable Hawkins.
Yes.
Honorable Hill.
Yes.
Okay, item 5, the floor is now open for second and final reading. It's on ordinance 679-22 to consider approval on second and final reading of 679-22, setting league fees for use at the Algood.
This setting a fee for the use of the fields. This will require a signed agreement from any league that wishes to use the facilities, and a fee collection of $500 per month of use of facilities. This is just to cover some of the expenses as we continue to work towards taking over the parks, and also to get signed agreements that will protect us in the event there's issues arise with these leagues. They will require to sign an agreement with the city, providing that they have met certain requirements and insurances and things of that nature.
Board have any questions? Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Mr. Graves, do I have a second?
Second.
Mr. Hawkins? Huh? Oh, I'm sorry. We didn't. Is there any public comment on the ball field league? Not hearing any. Mr. Graves made the motion. Ms. Hawkins made second. Ms. Flatt, would you call roll, please?
Vice Mayor Bilbrey,
Yes.
Honorable Graves,
Yes.
Honorable Hawkins.
Yes.
Honorable Hill.
Yes.
Okay. Consider approving on first reading for ordinance 680-22 to amend the employee handbook, section K. Mr. Morrison, would you speak about that?
Employee Handbook, Section 6, letter K, discusses professional development. We'll be adding a paragraph to this section that says, additionally, required training to become a certified police officer, i.e. post-approved academy, or a certified firefighter, i.e. the 64-hour basic course and 16-hour live burn paid for by the City of Allgood, will require 2 years of completed service to the City of Allgood from date of completion of the training academy. The training academy approvals will be at the discretion of the department head based on available budgeted funds. If an employee voluntarily separates from the city within 2 years from the date of completion of training, they will be required to reimburse the city for 50% per year short of service for all costs of the city related to the training courses. A signed affidavit stating these requirements will be placed in the employee personnel file until the completion of the 2-year requirement has been met.
Board have any questions on that? I'd make the motion. I have a second.
Second.
Ms. Flat, would you call the roll, please?
Vice Mayor Bilbrey,
Yes.
Honorable Graves,
Yes.
Honorable Hawkins,
Yes.
Honorable Hill.
Yes.
Item 7 is to consider approval of Resolution 34022 to support the historic revenue sharing between the state of Tennessee and its local governments. Mr. Morrison, would you please address that?
The Tennessee Municipal League is working with the state of Tennessee to again, but did not increase the sharing level. So this is just asking that the state continue that historic revenue sharing for all portions of sales tax that are collected, and that they share 100% of the of what they're collecting, not just a small percentage of it.
Does the board have any questions on that? Entertain a motion.
So moved.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Ms. Flat, would you call the roll, please?
Vice Mayor Bilbrey,
Yes.
Honorable Graves,
Yes.
Honorable Hawkins,
Yes.
Honorable Hill.
Yes.
Item number 8, consider approval of Resolution 341-22 to amend participation in Tennessee Consolidated Retirement System. Mr. Morrison, would you speak about that?
This is phase 3 of our retirement changes. Phase 1 was to change to 401k with the state of Tennessee. We completed that phase. Phase 2 started in January. We began contributing to the Tennessee Consolidated Retirement System. Employees are at 0% contribution level, so the city contributes 100% to TCRS. So this is phase 3 to move toward contributory. So employees beginning April 1st who enroll in TCRS will contribute 2.5%, and the city will contribute the remaining percent from there. But this will require employee contribution. So this is part of our move for retirement and to continue to work to keep benefits improving for the city of Allgood.
Does any of the board have a question or comment? I make the motion that we do it. Do I have a second?
Second.
Ms. Flat, would you please call the roll?
Vice Mayor Bilbrey,
Yes.
Honorable Graves,
Yes.
Honorable Hawkins,
Yes.
Honorable Hill.
Yes.
Item number 9, consider approval of Resolution 342-22 to honor Lions Club members for the years of service. Mr. Marshall Judd had 50 years of service. James D. Norris had 50 years of service. Mr. Sam Gibbons had 35 years of service. Mr. Roger Williams had 30 years of service. And Mr. Philip Gibbons had 25 years of service. I'd like to congratulate these gentlemen on their time and for all they've done for the city. Mr. Morrison, would you elaborate some more on that?
This presentation, each of these individuals received a certificate before tonight's council meeting commemorating their years of service. They also received the Milestone Chevron Award from Lions Club International, so we congratulate them on their years of service and appreciate all they do through the Lions Club.
I make the motion. Do I have a second?
Second.
Mr. Hill, second. Ms. Flat, would you please call the roll?
Vice Mayor Bilbrey,
Okay, Keith, it's in your ballpark.
April 1st and 2nd will be the Quilt Festival this year. It was pushed back from a September delay due to the COVID restrictions and just concerns. So that will be held April 1st and 2nd coming up this next month, as well as our Easter event, which will be held April the 2nd. There will not be a Quilt Festival in September. So this will be the Quilt Festival for this year. The next year in 23, they will go back to a September Quilt Festival. Department heads, do you have anything? That concludes our report.
Any citizens got any concerns or would like to address the council about anything? Hearing none, seeing none, I entertain a motion to adjourn. Second.